see, the fucking microphone, like, turned off on me again as I was doing this. Anyway, I'm glad my paranoia is kind of justified. Welcome back. Snoot Game, Day 4, Part 2. I think we're just in the middle of about getting ready to go to prom. And I feel pretty good. I had a bit of an interstitial earlier. Had a couple drinks, so there's a chance I might need to go to the bathroom kind of intermittently. But, we're going to do this. I feel pretty rejuvenated. Let's go. Finally, I managed to get a post to stick into the soft soil. 1 down, 19 to go. Ugh, and now Lucy's going to use those cute sad eyes whenever she wants something. I know alone time with her since all the girls are working at the grill. Hey, you guys aren't just making dinner with that gross herbivore meat, right? Of course, I'm always prepared to serve guests. Wait, which ones are which again? What? If I bite into even a single bug, your cards are going into the campfire. Hey, camping is supposed to be relaxing. Relax. Also, when you're done with the tents, you need to start the campfire. Wait, why me? Rosa and Stella flinched and exchanged glances. Just figured you'd know is all. Why would I? Hey! The principal fits the bill so well. Guess that's just him. Come on, quit teasing him. Who cares if he hasn't evolved to fire yet? I trip into the tent and tear the whole thing down. I love the animation. By the time I get both the tents standing, the sun is nearing the horizon. My back already hurts from setting everything up. Luckily, Lucy carries around a lighter for a cigarette, so I was able to start a small fire. I slump on one of the logs around the fire pit and try to massage my shoulders. Anon gets microaggressed. Hello, Anon. Oh, is the food ready? Stella and Lucy are getting some plates to use. Just taking the seat for a minute. Thanks for inviting Lucy and I camp back here. Oh, don't thank me. I'm very happy to have friends over. Although normally I struggle with making the tent stand, so really I must thank you for setting it up for me. Oh, it was nothing. Stella calls out from the back door to Rosa's house. She's returning with Lucy, both holding extra utensils and snack foods. Rosa waves them over. I never pictured Fang coming over. Lucy really is lucky to have you. Stella struggles to separate the false shish kebabs from the real meat before handing me a plate. Lucy gets that look in her eyes and snatches the bigger one right off. Eventide draws near. I believe it's best we sojourn for the fated ones, Rosa. My scrying glass awaits. What? What? I don't speak whatever the fuck that was. I believe Stella means the sun is setting and we need to go set up our telescope. Then why didn't she just say that? Rosa and Stella take their plates of imposter kebabs and start walking to the other end of Rosa's yard. Fang shrugs at me and starts devouring her food. With nothing to do but wait for nighttime, I also begin to remove kebab. But I think Stella undercooked this. Give me some of yours. No way, you have your own. Well, I want yours too. You're supposed to share with your girlfriend. Damn her and her filthy tarot logic. Fine, you can have a bite. I hold out the meat on a stick for her. She grins wickedly. I realize my mistake as I watch her maw widen and engulf the entirety of my kebab. When she pulls away, I'm left holding a crispy yet clean wooden stick. Stolen food is the best food. Well, that was uncalled for. Here, take the roast one. Lucy hands over her undercooked kebab. Oh, whatever, I like it rare anyways. You should be thanking me then. She leans her head into my shoulder. Yeah, this really was undercooked. I hold the stick over the fire to char a bit more. That's just going to burn the outside. It can't be harder than roasting a marshmallow, right? Did Rosa bring any? I think so. Shave your kebab stick for them. I think I'd rather use a regular stick off the ground than get a greasy marshmallow. Lucy and I listen to the crackling of the fire for a few minutes. Somewhere in the distance, I hear Stella yelling at Rosa about leaving the telescope cap on. Rosa said earlier that I'm lucky to have you. You feel lucky? I'm thinking it's the other way around. I do. Rosa was right. I would have thought about going camping back in first semester. I guess I really have been changing a lot. Your kebab's on fire. Huh? Shit! I blow out the now burnt chunks of meat. Flambe? Lucy snorts. Chewing down on this is not the worst thing I've eaten. Do you still want a piece? She just holds her mouth open. I put the stick in biting range and she gnaws the chunk off. Yeah, it's not undercooked anymore, that's for certain. It looks like I poured jet fuel on it. Lucy leans back into her arms, staring up at the night sky. I finish off the stick and join her. Stella was right. The stars look great out here. Reminds me of home. The stars do? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there wasn't a lot of light pollution around the rock bottom. In the brief times I was in Scouts, I got to look at the constellations a bit. Name a few. I don't remember now. This was like a decade ago. Orion's belt. Anyone can name Orion's belt. Big spoon and little spoon? You mean the dippers? Also yes. Lucy hums and scoots close enough so I can wrap an arm around her shoulders. Her head leans on my shoulder and I can't help but smile. Something like this then? Close enough. I think you can see Mars too. It's supposed to be the red one. I think that's the moon, Anon. It's been a while, okay? Cut your boyfriend some slack. I feel her head shake as she withholds a snicker for my sake. Still managed to get my badge, though. Aren't you the big, strong man? Fuck it. A compliment's a compliment. We gaze up at the night sky in companionable silence. Oh, look! Lucy points to the sky at a shooting star. Well, hey, you got a wish. It's not a shooting star, dork. It isn't? I look again. The star is joined by several smaller dots trailing behind in the sky for only an instant before disappearing over the other horizon. Whoa, a meteor shower. Stella's incomprehensible, excited gibberish breaches our ears. Lucy lays down on her back to get a better view. A little dirt on my clothes is worth the moment. Man, being here with Lucy after such a wonderful night, I feel like no matter what, everything's going to be just fine. I couldn't think of a better reason to save the game. Yes, I do. Let's do this. I feel the same. I'm just going to start biting my tongue. Thank you for being here with me, Anon. I mean, this is all you. And Rosa and Stella, too. No, you big dweeb. I mean, you've always been there for me, even when I was so mean to you. I don't know what kind of road I was going down when you met me, but I know it wasn't a good place to be. I don't know where I was going to end up if I never found you. You saved me, Anon, and I'll always be grateful for that. She sits up and looks down at me with that warm smile of hers. Hearing her put it that way, maybe I did fix Lucy after all. She seems so happy with how things are. It doesn't matter if it was all part of someone's stupid plan. Lucy's fingers dance across my cheek. Slowly, slowly, ever so slowly. Her eyes lit as she leans forward, her head tilting and her mouth opening slowly. It's taken a month for us to figure this out, but now that we've had practice, I raise myself up, my own mouth meeting hers in a slow and soft connection. Her tongue slides along mine, and this time she manages not to gag me with it. Our first through 14 kisses never went this smoothly, and it's utter bliss as we savor each other's lips. And while I would stay like this forever if I could, air is very much a necessity for life. We separate just as slowly as when we connected. Lucy's eyes open as she smiles impishly at me. I love you. Yeah, me too. She giggles and lays down, her head resting on my shoulder and her wing becoming a blanket as we look back to the stars. We stay laying a little while longer, keeping the red moon company. One month later. It's prom night. My old man was kind enough to send over his old tuxedo from his time at high school. It took a bit of sewing, but I got it looking pretty good. Judging by the wine stains on the sleeves, Dad made a lot of important announcements in this tuxedo. Gives it a bit of history, I guess. Oh man, Naomi looks really pretty. When I arrive at family's place with a cheap corsage, I see the pomegranate parasite waiting outside the front door. Great. Dear God, how could you move in that dress? The top half looks like it's been shrink-wrapped to her body, and I'm 100% certain there's nothing beneath the bottom half. Oh, I already knocked, None. Nacer will be out in a moment to invite us in. I'm sure Fang will be ready too. I've heard the two of you are going to prom together. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Sherlock Holmes. No, I just happen to be here in a suit to go golfing. I ignore her, focusing instead on not stabbing my palm even more in this flower's thorns. Fuck it, free is free, and nothing's more free than a 5-finger discount from the neighbor's yard. You and Fang just make the cutest couple. Did you two sign up for prom, King and Queen? No, she said something about the fascist, sexist monarchy system. Well, Nacer and I have entered, and we're going to be prom royalty. Ooh, I cannot wait to wear that beautiful tiara. I picked out everything, and the crown for Nacer. I already tuned her out. Nacer opens the door. This is Don Johnson again. We love it. If that isn't the fanciest jacket I've seen in a while. It's certainly better than the background of Avatar he always wears. Sorry to keep you waiting, Nami. This thing is a nightmare to get over my wings. Oh, Anon, come on in. I didn't know you were already here. He waits for the two of us to enter, pecking Naomi on the cheek when she passes. Fang's mother speaks out from the kitchen. Oh, is that Anon? Here we go. The small pterodactyl comes out, a bowl she's struggling to stir in her arms. My, aren't you handsome? Pictures! I need to get pictures of you and Lucy. She sets the bowl aside on the coffee table to frantically search for a Polaroid camera. To think Lucy would have such a wonderful young man to take her to prom. Ah, found it! Hold still, dear. Ugh, it's like getting slapped in the face by the sun's dick. I blink the blindness away. So that's why Nacer has those fucking aviators. Lucy will be downstairs in a bit. She's just getting the last of her makeup on. In the meantime, take a seat. I got some cookies in the oven. They're almost ready. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I take my seat in the usual spot, sinking in and feeling the pillows conform around my spine. This thing must cost a fortune. Fang's dad is a police commissioner, if I recall. That explains the luxurious furnishings. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised I haven't seen him yet. So, I hope I didn't just ruin these slacks. Good evening, sir. I didn't even see you in your chair, sir. My apologies. Don't sweat it, son. The thing about humans, as well as many carnivores, is that their vision is based largely on movement. You'd be surprised how effective staying quiet and stationary can be. How close you can get to someone without them knowing. Sweetheart. No, intimidating the suitor. The big guy deflates a bit in his chair. Point is, don't get any funny ideas. Yes, sir. We're all taking the Nace car, right? Yeah. Once Fang gets down, we'll skedaddle. So until then, we just sit and chill. We could take more pictures. Please no. Oh, I would love to make this a little photo op. Oh, that's very cute. Gotta put my fucking phone on silent again, sorry. That was very, very sweet, actually. I like that a lot. Fang's mom decided to take pictures of every possible combination of us. I don't know which was worth, having to pose with Naomi or Fang's dad digging his murder claws in my shoulder. I've lost nearly all feeling in that arm. Pretty sure that will leave a bruise worse than my accelerated hug with the stare bullard last month. At least the pics with Nacer were a nice reprieve. We ended up looking like the Blues Brothers, standing side by side in fuck ugly suits. Just as I was about to resign myself to premature blindness of the camera flash, my savior arrives. Oh, Anon, you're already here. Lucy comes downstairs in a white dress. The back of the dress trails down the stairs behind her. I can't say I'd imagine she'd ever willingly wear one of these. Yeah, I've been here a while. Your dress looks great, Lucy. Oh, doesn't it? When I got the school's email, I knew right away that the precious little getup I saw shopping the other day before would be just perfect, and even got Nacer's outfit while I was at it. I would have been fine just going in church clothes, for the record. Oh, hush. The two of you look just like your father and I when we met at a school dance. We all look at Nacer's rather colorful getup for a moment. It was somehow still less loud than his usual jacket. Come again? Oh yes, I remember it fondly, right dear? Lucy's father hasn't moved from his seat. I don't know, do I? Oh yes, I remember you in that snazzy zoot suit. You saw me by the punch bowl, strode right up and offered to dance. Mom, stop. I'm trying to create the mental image. Nope, can't do it. That look her dad has given me, it's saying, you'll be upgraded to a putter if you ever speak of this to anyone. I can see where Fang gets her temper from now. Fine by me. Ah, but Lucy, you look so precious in that dress. Oh, we need more pictures. The tiny pterosaur tries to push Lucy next to her father, fighting with the duo to pose properly. I glance at Nacer, who seemingly resigns himself to countless more photos. I think we're going to be late if you take any more pictures. Both Lucy and Nacer nod in agreement to that. Oh, just a couple pictures. You'll be able to show these when your own children are going to prom. A bit early to think of something like that. I feel a tug on my arm and spin around to Naomi, giving me a look of, oh my, unfiltered frustration. Oh, Lucy, there's a string coming out of your dress. Where are the scissors? I'll get them, Anon, come with me. Why, I don't even live here. It's, the scissors are kept on the top shelf and I can't reach. Oh, there are little, like, stars next to her. That's cool. She pushes me towards the kitchen. I don't even know how Nacer doesn't catch on to what she's doing. What are you up to, Nami? She pinches the bridge of her nose and exhales slowly. Look, normally I wouldn't be thanking you from the bottom of my warm heart for fixing Lucy and Nacer's relationships. They're siblings, and that's how it should be. Then what's the big fucking Let me finish. However, I don't think Lucy is completely fixed. She's still not talking to me. She just runs away from everyone at school now, and Nacer keeps texting her. I had to call him out on it. They were slacking on his school duties, behaving like a crass idiot like you, just like you. What have you done to them both? The only thing I've done is support her. I didn't do it for you or your stupid plan. I just want to have a good time with Lucy without any more bullshit. Oh no, I swear to God Almighty, if my night with Nacer is ruined because of Lucy's... Nami's sneer vanishes, replaced with her usual false smile. But okay, of course, you two deserve it after everything you've done. Suddenly I feel another tug on my arm, this time Fang's mom dragging me back into the middle of the room. No need for scissors anymore. Oh, Anon, I never got any pictures of you and Lucy yet. Oh, please God, no more pictures. Fine, we really should get going if we want to. Just a couple. I can even send these ones to your parents. I bet they're just as proud of you as we are of Lucy and Nacer. I'm sure they're just as surprised that I'm actually going to prom. Posing with Lucy is nice, but I make sure to be extra careful where my arms go in front of her dad. The searing strobe lights finally end, and I can feel my early onset of blindness. These photos need to have a special album all their own. Honey, we need another photo album. Mom! Oh, fine. Make sure to have fun at prom. I glance over and Lucy's dad catches me dead in the eyes. Home by midnight. I only manage a weak nod as Lucy rushes me towards the door. The ride in the Nace car is awkward and uneventful. Nacer didn't chuck his jacket to the back seat as a divider, so Lucy and I can sit next to each other this time around. I heard that Spears might be giving a little musical number tonight. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's he gonna sing? Toxic? Nacer, stop spreading rumors from the junior class. So that was just a rumor? Damn. What, you want to hear him sing some opera? I'd certainly pay to see him try. Lord, no. My ears take enough abuse from him during the school day. He won't be singing, but we did get Reedy to be a DJ for the night. His only condition was that he got to wear that mascot costume, which is rather odd, but whatever. Everyone aside from Nacer involuntarily sighs. What? Was it something I said? Pulling into the school's parking lot by the gym, I take in the view. The students strung up various strings of lights along the overgrowth of vines around the school. The line to get in isn't too long, and it only takes a few minutes to get inside. Inside is about as well decorated as outside. Those nerdy little Chinese lanterns are strung about from wall to wall. Oh, they go with my dress! Wow, it's almost like the person who planned the entire event has inside information on the decor. Color me surprised. Mumbling. Fuck. I think I'll hit up the catering first. What about you guys? I'll pass, I can't afford any fancy food. What? 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 The price of the food is included in the tickets, man. How poor are you? I live in Skin Row, remember? Sorry, I forgot I asked. The thought of being able to eat like an actual human for once already puts Shanacia's apology out of my mind. In that case, I'll go get food for both me and Lucy. What do you want? Give me the closest thing they have to barbecue. Oh, Nacer, if you're getting food too, could you give me a plate of kapamaki? Wrong country. Nacer slugs me on the shoulder. Ow. Looks like we're playing waiters for a bit. Seems that way. Nami looks very pretty, fuck. I follow him to the food table. I don't even recognize most of these dishes. I get a heaping of plate of 7 or 8 different dishes for Lucy and pick out a steak for myself, grabbing a few nice-looking sandwiches from the other end of the table. Wait, I have to get drinks too. Fuck, my hands are already full. You got everything? I don't got drinks. We can always do a return trip, I guess. Hey, is this what Lucy would want? Honestly, man, you could probably get her to eat a rock if you told her it came from a cow. I see. Nacer starts heading back to where we left the other two. He suddenly stops halfway through, and I have to catch myself from dropping the plates. What's wrong? Nacer gestures forward. It's probably fucking... Oh, shit. Naomi's attempting to talk to Lucy, overwhelming her with questions. Lucy's looking on edge. I should probably intervene quick. Dress is very nice. Lucy, we should go together clothes shopping more sometime. Oh, come on. You're needing new friends right now, right? Why don't we... Hey, we're back, and we have food. Naomi turns her attention to the plates Nacer and I are carrying. Oh, Nacer, did you get the sukiyaki? Oh, guess I forgot. Sorry, I'll go run and get it. That's fine. I was getting to be friends with Lucy, and... Lucy pushes herself away from the table and strides away. Uh-oh. I leave the plate behind and chase after her. Lucy has retreated to the back corner of the gym. I just can't, Anon. Then don't. God, I'm doing it again. Everyone just wants to have a good time, and I'm ruining everything. It's alright. I caught a glimpse of Nacer and Naomi away at their seat, enjoying themselves. I think Lucy saw the same thing, because she snapped back to me and wrapped her arms around my waist. You know what? No need to be upset. Nacer and Naomi aren't my prom dates. Just you. She breathes in and lets out a comforting sigh. I looked around for any witnesses, feeling very smug. But that suit does kind of stink. Confidence shattered. Oh, there you two are. Our principal strides over to us, signing off a few papers on a clipboard he has. Lucy, there you are. That surprise you wanted is about ready. Surprise? Yeah, the one you filled papers out for a few weeks back. Everything's ready for it. Is the surprise you're giving an opera number? I'm on a pretty tight schedule tonight, and I don't have time for a lot of jokes. Follow me. Spears leads us around the crowd to behind the temporary stage set up at the other end of the gym. You signed up for something? I don't think so. Alright, you're on in 10 or so minutes. Lucy freezes. On? Surprise! Oh, fuck me. Stella and Rosa look very pretty. Oh no, oh no. Trish, Rosa, and Stella are carrying along various instruments and equipment. Trish is visibly exhausted and stressed. I'll leave you to it. You get in after Reed's done with his DJ bit. What the hell is this? So, Fang? Fang, we get to play at the prom. We have all the instruments ready. I brought in a regular guitar for you to play. I don't mind. We can play whatever you want. What do you say? Lucy's completely catatonic by this point, unable to respond. What? Oh, no, I didn't see you there. You look less dorky with the suit on. Let me tell you. You came with Fang? That's sweet. Reed's also coming. I don't know if you managed the costume, but he'll play the drums. What do you say? Whose idea was this? It was a group effort. We're here to help, right? We've noticed Lucy's been struggling by herself. The expectant stares of the trio snap Lucy from her stupor. She flinches a bit, then bolts out of the backstage area. Rosa and Stella look as though they're only just now thinking this was a bad idea. Trish's smile melts from her face. What were you thinking? Eh? Non, please tell me, is Fang fine? She was fine, Trish. Now look what you've done. Trish tries to leave, but I manage to grab her shoulder. Where do you think you're going? I'm going after her. Wait, Anon. Damn it. Rosa pulls my arm free, letting Trish run after Lucy. Let them solve this. I'm sure Lucy's at a point where she can deal with this. She most definitely is not, Rosa. God damn it, why do you have to pull this stunt today of all days? Couldn't you have tried this bullshit any other time? Who are you to say I didn't? I've been talking to Lucy for a while trying to get her to make amends with Trish. She never told me. I drew her the world and the sun. Past this night she'll achieve completion, fulfillment. It's a good thing, Anon. For your sake, I hope they were upright. Does it matter if they were upright? What do you mean? I flipped the cards after I got back from the bathroom. Rosa, what did you do? I peeked. The world was upside down, so I fixed it. Manon, go get Fang. No need to tell me that. I leave the incompetent bunch behind and look for Lucy. Is that important, Stella? I thought it was just for play. Little does she know. Back in the gymnasium, I found Lucy huddled in the corner. Her hands are on her head as she tries to block out Trish. Trish, for her part, is only shouting even louder, loud enough for me to hear as I make my way to my girlfriend. You never thought about me all this time? Seriously, say something. Trish, I can't even look at you anymore. Why? Is it still what I said? I accept you and Anon, seriously. You and him are cute together or something. I didn't mean any of what I said about you two. It wasn't just that, it was everything else. Shit you did and said, making me question years of my life. What are you talking about, Fang? Come on, let's play. This will be Worm Drama's biggest show to date. I don't want to. Come on, let's go. No. Trish. My shout shocks the desperate Triceratops away from Lucy. I glower as she turns a sickeningly sweet smile towards me. And if I did or said anything that hurt you, then I'm sorry. But please tell Fang I'm sorry too. This isn't right. I hear footsteps behind me, and I already know it's the rest of the loser patrol without looking. Lucy, you have to give Trish one more chance. If you're not going to do it for her, then at least do it for me. Please, Lucy, you need to hear her out. Me and Reed miss us. Together, shooting the shit, playing songs, making fun of Nacer. No. Fuck off. Lucy. Come on. Guys, you're overwhelming her. Back off for a sec. Stay out of this. Rosa, Stella, take a look around at this current situation. Once you realize what you're doing, please just leave us alone and don't bother us for the rest of the night. The two shut up and sheepishly step back away for a few steps. What, are you two flaking off on me as well? Trish, I'm thinking Anon's right here. We shouldn't be intruding on their special night. Yeah, my reading was wrong, so... I can't believe you two. Fang, we're playing now. I'm not asking again. She takes hold of Lucy's forearm and moves to take her back to the stage by force. What, Rosa, hey! Rosa blocks her away long enough for me to grab her wrist. Trish glares at me with murderous intent. Try again another time. I guess that's it then. She backs off into the crowd. Lucy, are you alright? Yeah, I think I need to get away from the crowd. I wave off Stella and Rosa and lead Lucy away into the hallway. We find another corner near the bathrooms unpopulated aside from a few students passing by for smokes. Lucy looks like her entire world is crumbled. Are you alright? Let me help you. No, please. I just want to move past it. Okay then. I don't want to see or talk to anyone anymore, not even Rosa or Stella, just us. I just want to see you. Only you. It's alright. You won't see anyone else anymore tonight. Lucy's chuckle is choked back as she offers me a strained smile. There, I did it again. I ruined everything for everyone again. How do I respond to that? None of this is your fault. She sighs. I need to go to the bathroom. It's okay. I'll go get some water or something while you're in. It won't take a minute. Yeah, sure. Okay. I watch her enter the restroom and re-enter the gym. I think there's lemonade and stuff by the food tables. Hey, you. Raptor Jesus on his cross of rock, give me strength. Hey. Is Fang okay? No. Tell me about Fang. Are they happy? I'd say so. She and Nace are on speaking terms. Did Fang say anything about me? Would they ever forgive me? Look, Trish, this shit, it ends now. She said she would have constant nightmares if you wanted to talk to her. Maybe this could have been sorted out, but not today. You're doing more harm by staying here, though. I would advise you to stay clear of her for now. Trish is getting teary. I better shut up now. It's okay. Don't Fang... Lucy, I only want her to be happy. I won't be a bother anymore. She'll never see or hear from me again. I told Spears to cancel the performance. I'm going home. Maybe there will be another chance sometime. Bye, Anon. She left. Oh well. I get the drinks and return to Lucy. She downs the whole glass in one shot. You good? Yeah, fuck. Splashing your face with water works wonders. I'm good to go. I look at the crowd gathering around the stage. Principal Spears moves to the podium to sit there and taps on the microphone. Yeah, good to go. Speaking of, I want to get some fresh air. Finally, I see a real smile from Lucy. Yeah, fresh air sounds pretty good right about now. I hold my hand out and Lucy's hand links with it. Walking out of the stuffy gymnasium, we're met with a cooling evening air. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. I'll just cut the clip here, I guess. BRB. Alright. I feel all the tension leave my body as Lucy's body presses closer to my side. Cold? A little. I'm not used to wearing these things. My hand leaves hers. Before Lucy can balk, I wrap my arms around her. How's this? I can one-up this. Right, wings. Her wings wrap around both of us as a feathered cloak of warmth. You want me to call a taxi or something? Nah, we can walk home. It's a 15-minute walk to our neighborhood, which is filled with comfortable silence for most of the way. I guess Lucy is as glad as I am to put everything that happened tonight behind us. As we round the corner past the bus stop, I let out an audible groan as my eyes land on a particular cart. It's the same hot dog vendor from before, illuminated under a streetlight in the same spot. She notices almost immediately and begins wildly waving. Does she know you? I shrug and shake my head as we continue to approach the vendor. Well, if it isn't my favorite Skinny, and you brought your lady friend. It's like 10 at night. You can't get this many customers this late, right? Hey, you're here, aren't you? Then what can I get for you two love boys? Then it says date night like some steaming hot franks. I think we're good. We're just on our way back and... Thank's face goes bright red as she grasps her stomach. We left before we can eat, didn't we? Oh, well, nobody ever misses prom food, right? Prom? Oh man, that was the life of the party of mine. Tell me you kids got Reef City's dumb mascot. We shake our heads. What? Well, you at least spiked the punch, right? More shaking. Seriously? Please tell me you egged the principal's car. No, we got into a fight. The vendor winces, but just quickly puts on her smile. Ooh, that's a bummer. Prom was where I discovered hot dogs were my true calling. They could be yours too, Alright, I don't think it will be. Look, can we just get some food? Our night's been a fucking wash. The night's still young though. I listen to the sizzling meat as we wait. Look kids, prom, it's not that special if you ask me. What makes something special is on you. For me, I think back to the shit I can actually remember. Carf is a hell of a drug. I'm getting off topic. The point is, the night isn't over yet. She motions to the table for us to sit at. Enjoy your dogs. Think about something to do with the rest of your night. Make something worth remembering. I'm going to start packing for the night though, so that's enough chatter for me. Thanks. Lucy and I sit at the plastic folding table with our artery clogged grease tubes. Dad grills these sometimes, but I never had one that wasn't just ketchup and mustard. Actually, I can't even tell what's on all of this. There's so much junk dumped on. There's plain chili cheese dogs. Been a hot minute since I've had one. I figured why not? She made a good point. What should we do with the rest of our night? Lucy chews contemplatively. Not sure if she heard me or if she's just giving a silent review. Whatever we do, I'm gonna get out of this dress first. It's freezing. I think your dad will let us watch some movies or something? Dunno, maybe. We only have cop movies and hunting documentaries, though. I'm down for it. After finishing, we wave goodbye to the vendor and start down Lucy's neighborhood. Oddly enough, there's no cars in the driveway when we arrive. Your folks get groceries this late at night? They probably took the opportunity to go on a date themselves. I don't remember the last time I took the occasion, though. Maybe 3 years? Lucy kicks over a rock in the walkway and gets the key taped underneath it. Your parents put it there instead of under the doormat? Nah, I put this here. They don't know about it. Get kicked out for the night one too many times. You find your way back in on your own. Lucy stretches when we walk in. I'll change back into normal clothes. Hang here a while, okay? I nearly sit in my normal place on the couch when I notice the armchair. The now vacant armchair. That's for Lucy's dad only. Oh, how it calls to me. Phew, that's better. Anon? Lucy, what are you doing up this late at night? You better not be listening to that ratchet again. Oh my god. Anon, get out of there before you leave your scent. Scent? You can't be serious. Hey, it's your head on the line. Nacer sat there once and he ended up with a new scar. Suddenly I find myself seated in my normal spot after all. I think they actually are on a date. If that's the case, the house is ours for at least an hour. Oh, sweet. We're gonna raid your dad's liquor cabinet then? He doesn't have one. Mom won't let him. Damn it, he really is whipped. So, movie night then? Well, I was thinking. Lucy took hold of the coffee table in the middle of the room and started pushing it aside. Ugh, why are you doing that? With the living room now more open, Lucy approaches an antique stereo in the corner. I was really looking forward to dancing with you tonight, Anand. Double, damn it. I thought I managed to get out of that. But the look in Lucy's eyes. I nod my head. Yes, I've always wanted to try out Mom's lights. Music playing from the stereo sounds positively ancient. Probably one of her parents' CDs, if it even uses CDs. Wait, what was that about lights? Lucy practically skips to the light switch and dims them. She then flicks a hidden switch that casts the room in a hazy violet glow. Nice! My eyes are drawn to the glowing marks all across her. Wow. Like what you see? She turns back to me and the anticipation in her eyes makes me feel more nervous. Shit, I just remembered. Just so you know, I can't dance. And I mean, I really can't dance. Like, quad, okay. But, yes, I've been waiting since forever. Her hand clasps mine and Lucy doesn't seem bothered at all with how moist my palms are. We move to the impromptu dance floor hand in hand until we manage to find an open space. Right, okay. Like this? Right hand on her hip, I think. I try to take her right hand with my left, but Lucy shakes her head.
Self-voicing disabled.
Both of her arms wrap loosely around my neck. Lucy's body is pressed against mine, the contours of her lithe frame fitting very well with mine. Oh hey, those alarms aren't broken. My left hand lands on her hip too, and now I can't stop thinking about how Lucy molds against my body here perfectly. Just follow my lead, okay? Mom gave me some lessons. I nod stiffly. Lucy mutters a 1-2 count before taking a left step back. My right foot follows and lands on her toes. Ow! Sorry. No, don't worry. Just slowly, okay? Yeah, okay. Lucy repeats the step back. I step forward and manage somehow. She then steps to the side and I try to follow. Our awkward steps continue like this. A couple successful steps and then I ruin it with a heavy step on her dainty toes. But slowly, those failures are less and less common. By the third song, Lucy and I are finally managing a basic waltz. As the night goes on, the dance becomes more natural. In the light of the various strobes, I'm able to relish the moment being this close, face to face. Whenever one of the lights passes directly through her eyes, they glow with the luster of cut amber, and her diamond pupils soften. There's no one else in the room right now, just us. You think it's going well? What? Our prom night. It didn't go as planned, but I like where it's taken us. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else right now. Me neither. The last song slowly fades away, leaving us in a comfortable silence in each other's arms. Under the black lights, I can fully take in Lucy's beauty. I felt humbled that she would consider this a horrible night to have still gone well. Lucy's eyes become lidded as she leans in towards my face. I meet her halfway, our mouths melding together. For all that's happened tonight, and still Lucy enjoyed it. 3 months later. 8 months since I first joined Volcano High, and it felt like just yesterday. The sun bears down on us in an atmosphere that's more water than air. Somehow I feel like the only one feeling the heat right now, but the jacket stays on. Nacer finally took a day off from his part-time job working for Grub Club, so the three of us went on to the park for something of a picnic. I will not make the livery dancing on. Stop asking me to do it. At least tell me how often customers ransom you tips for it. Too often. Now stop asking. Lucy tosses a forkful of the chili cheese fries on Nacer's shirt. He jumps immediately to his napkin to wipe it off. But God, shit, no! Relax, you're wearing another anyway. How and why, I still don't know. It's for conditioning. I can't stop my training routine, even in the off-season. Nami isn't even here leering over you like always. I'm dying here in just one jacket. How are you even alive? Well, my skin is plate. I toss over a forkful of fries on the other half of his shirt. Lucy offers a fist for me to bump while he recoils with half-finished expletives. I down the rest of my soda, keep alive, and look at my plate. Not really that hungry anymore. I should just toss. Hey, whoa, don't finish that thought. Gimme. I shuffle my plate to him and rest my elbows on the picnic table. A familiar voice, chock full of cheeky energy, alerts me to her and her food cart's arrival. Well, if it isn't my favorite high school sweethearts, haven't seen the two of you in quite a spell now. How are you two doing? What you been up to since graduation? Oh, you know, the usual, dreading the future as an adult, trying to figure out what to do with a living, stuff for a living, stuff like that. The more you think about it, the more daunting it becomes. You just gotta look over your expectations and see where life takes you. Lucy makes it sound worse than it is. We've only been out of school for like 3 months. Only 3 months? Gosh, I could have sworn a lot more time had passed since then. Now that's something I can totally agree with. The last few months have felt like years to me, both in good and bad ways. So, you two have any plans now that you're both adults? The vendor's words, without realizing it, strike a very specific and very sore chord with Lucy. She suddenly wraps her arms around herself and shuts her eyes. Before I can move to reassure her, the street vendor notices the error of her words. What's wrong, Shug? Was it something I said? No, it's nothing. The street vendor gives Lucy a raised eye look. Now, Shug, I can tell when someone's upset. You, right now, are upset. So what's got you down all of a sudden? Lucy hesitates on hearing the words. She takes a second to seemingly think about what she'll say next before letting out a sigh. It's just, things are changing so quickly, and it feels like I'm losing everything that I've come to love recently. Lucy shoots me a loving gaze before returning her attention to the street vendor. There's also the fact that I'll be so alone. You alone? What about that hunk of a boyfriend standing next to you right now? I do my best to try to hide the blush that's no doubt forming on my cheeks. I mean... Lucy lets out another sigh, this one more on the frustrated side. I'm actually leaving tomorrow. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to, I joined the military. I hadn't wanted to bring this up here on the last date Lucy and I could have. Yeah, he'll be gone, and I cut off contact with some people. Ah, you fell out with your old friends. Lucy gives the street vendor a sad nod. I don't really have any plans for the future. They always seem to change, and I could never decide. The street vendor gives my girlfriend a soft, understanding look as she places down her tongs and walks around her food cart so that she's standing side by side with Lucy. I lost contact with my old high school friends as well, so don't go thinking anything's your fault. From what I see here, you still have what's most important. She gestures to me and then to Nacer, who looks up from the remains of my leftovers like a deer being caught in the headlights. You got those from Berta, right? You know she puts sawdust in the fryer to save money? Anyway, don't fret about friends or people you've lost along the way. I know, I know it can be hard, but that's Nacer's fucking expressions, I'm sorry. You still have your health, you still have your youth, you still have your family. The street vendor turns her gaze back to me and gives me a smile. You haven't managed to scare me off all these years. Why'd I stop now? Look at me getting sentimental like I'm a grandma. I shouldn't be gushing like this. This situation is probably a bit more complex than I think. No, that helps. You're right. I still have lots of people here for me. The street vendor seems satisfied with the answer. Don't get distracted by the what-ifs, the should-haves, and the if-onlys. Only the things that you choose for yourself are the truth of your world. The street vendor gives Lucy a pat on the shoulder before returning to the helm of her food cart, which he wields around with surprising dexterity. Hey, if you ever feel alone and need to chew someone's ears off with your woes, me and my delicious hot dogs are always available. Without another word, the street vendor walks away in search of other customers to cater to, leaving me and Lucy to absorb her sagely advice, before either of us can truly process what had happened. Nacer walks up to us, all the while wiping his hands and mouths with a napkin. So, you guys ready to go? I give Lucy a glance. She returns it somewhat somberly. Yes. Nacer drives us back to my place in relative silence. He stops in front of my block and unlocks the doors. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Yeah. Well, enjoy your last night together. Lucy and I step out of the car and he speeds away like normal. I've already shipped everything important back home and donated the books. Even the TV's gone. All that remains is the basic commodities the place came with. With Lucy here, it doesn't feel nearly as depressing as I thought it would be. She must have heard this as she pressed closer to me, her head resting on my shoulder. I could rent a movie on my phone for tonight. Does that sound like a plan? Actually, I wanted to look back through the photos we took together. I nod in response. We curled together in my bed, staring at Lucy's phone map boot up. The summer was well spent. Lucy and I got to go all over town. A well-documented series of escapades from a local farmer's market to a guided tour through a docked warship. Lucy and I share frequent quips and anecdotes about our experiences. Eventually, the timeline goes back far enough for some familiar faces to start showing up. Unwelcome familiar faces that quickly get swiped past. As we kept swiping past older photos, I can see something in Lucy's eyes. I find it hard to describe, a mix of sorrow and longing, and something I can't put my finger on. Lucy? My interjection snaps her out of her mood, and she sets her phone down gently on the empty computer desk. I'm sorry, Her eyes linger on the cellular device. I have at least 2 other phones with pictures in them. I don't think I'll ever look through those now. Or maybe I'll do it when I really feel like letting go is the best decision. Lucy casts her gaze around the barren room. It's not really fair to delete them, though. I can just forget about them. I'm good at forgetting things on demand. I take her hand and give it a reassuring squeeze. Lucy sighs, and her exhaled breath seems to expel her mood. I look at the clock and I nearly jump. We've been looking at all the pictures for a long time, long enough that hunger once again finds us. I move to the kitchen and I look through my mini fridge. There isn't much left, just some green onions, a few pieces of beef, and 5 eggs. Probably make a decent stir fry with that. Meanwhile, Lucy looks through my pantry and cupboards for anything else to cook. After a minute of searching, she comes across 2 cups of Pachimon ramen, just a week shy of their expiration date. Whoa, I discovered a new recipe! The meal prep doesn't take too long for 2 adults. It isn't the most filling of dinners, but it holds over quite nicely until morning. With our feast finished and with nothing else to do now that all my stuff is packed and shipped off to rock bottom, Lucy and I just return to my bed. I close my eyes for a bit, trying to get lost in my girlfriend's warm embrace. Suddenly, I feel a jab in my ribs. I look down at Lucy, who's poking at my chest. Lucy, what are you doing? Oh, just making sure... Make sure what? You know, that you're all healed up. Lucy, it's been 5.5 months since the accident. I think I'm pretty healed by this point. Lucy doesn't stop poking me. If anything, she increases the ferocity of her pokes, going not just for my chest, but also for my stomach and armpits. Lucy, cut it out! I try to be stoic, but I can't help but giggle as Lucy turns into a literal tickle monster. I decide to return the favor by also poking at her, starting with her stomach and gradually moving up to her chest and armpits. Finally, I hover a finger over her snoot, a mischievous grin spreading over my lips. Anon, don't you dare! I let out a giggle as I poke her snoot. Boop! That seems to do it, and Lucy pulls me closer to her, wrapping me in a tight and warm hug. I return the embrace, tempted to resume my tickling assault, but far too comfortable in my Tarot GF's embrace to care about anything else in the world. As our laughter dies down, it comes to my mind this might be the last time I get to hold her like this. I'm going into the army tomorrow. I'm going to get shipped off to Raptor Jesus knows where, and there's a good chance I might not be coming back. It brings my situation into a somber light. I double my embrace of Lucy, the more primal part of my mind unwilling to let go of her. I raise her up and press my head against her chest. Her heartbeat greets me. It's soft yet hastened, like I'm trying so desperately to come off as calm and relaxed when I know what terrible future awaits. A heartbeat I may never again hear. It almost breaks my own heart. I can feel Lucy's hands trace along my shoulders and across my neck to cup my face. Her angelic hands ever so slightly guide me to look into her eyes. She has a smile with a hint of mischief. Before I realize where this is going, her finger lands on my nose. Boop! Her smile widens to a playful grin, and I can't help but join in. Such a beautiful sight to behold. How can I resist? I inch closer, and our lips meet. All in all, it isn't that bad a night at all. I woke up absolutely spent. I'm covered in feathers, and Lucy's ambrosia scent hangs heavy over the bed sheets. Lucy's already awake, and she's bathed before me. Now she's rummaging through my fridge for whatever food we have left. Rather than waste time asking the obvious, I decide to hit the shower. As the water strips away last night's scents off of me, I get to thinking how Lucy must be feeling right about now. I imagine what tomorrow will be like, not just for me, but also for her. How suddenly she's about to have another big change thrust upon her life. The third or fourth one this year. From the non-binary thing to the band and the betrayal, and finally to having a human boyfriend, only to have him go so abruptly. I'm surprised she hasn't gone insane after all she's endured. I open the bathroom door and I see Lucy sitting in my bed, staring blankly at her phone and swiping across messages. What's up? Mason said he'll be here in about an hour. Knowing him, it will probably take 40 minutes. $10 he leaves no skid marks on the road outside. I sit next to her on the bed. What are you checking? Old messages and photos. You know, it's weird. There's not enough photos of you in here. Hold on, let's fix that. Lucy raises her phone and points its camera lens at me. Oh, he's smiling. I love that. Stop smiling. You look... Okay. He doesn't. Alright, cool. We go silent again for maybe a minute or two. The overbearing silence is broken when Lucy lets out a heavy sigh. Do you really have to go? I can't help but let out a heavy sigh of my own. Today I'll get on a bus and it'll be a Michael Tarpett movie for a few years. Honestly, I never thought these last few months were ever going to end. There's a heavy silence between Lucy and me for a few seconds. It still feels wrong to me, you know? That I'm still too new at this boyfriend stuff. I'll never get the hang of it. If I only had a few more months of practice, maybe I could be better at it. Lucy lets out a short snort. I mean, you're not that bad at it. I let out a single bitter chuckle. I must have been the single most boring guy you've ever dated. Lucy lightly punches me on the shoulder. That's bullshit, you know it. If anything, I'm the boring one. She deflates as she grabs onto her right arm. I mean, take away my spikes, wristbands, and stompers, and what do you have? The wonderful girl that single-handedly changed my life. Huh? Goddamn mumbling. I never really thought about it. I suppose you trying hard at being tough was endearing to me, at least when you weren't physically assaulting me. There was something else, though. I knew it when we were talking on the rooftop. I wish I knew what that was. Lucy cringed, her hands moving to cover her face. Emotions warred across her face as she tried to form coherent words. I can't stop wondering what you saw in me back then. And all this time we've been hanging out, I still can't comprehend why you stuck around us, me. I consider for a moment, and a memory smashes its way to the forefront of my thoughts. Glancing at her for a moment, the expression on her face sort of reminds me of something. It was probably just leftover embarrassment for the concert, but she seemed to have a lost look on her face. Or maybe it was confusion, or a mix of the two. Either way, there's something on her mind. I can't help but think that must be how I looked on my first day. I think I felt like you. Lucy stares at me pleadingly with those beautiful citron eyes of hers. For the longest time, I didn't know who I really was or who I wanted to be. I tightened my grip on Lucy's hand and stared deep into her eyes. Lucy, whatever you want to do. In response, she glances away in what almost feels like shame. Almost instantly, I realize why. It was your idea. The two of us wanted so badly to avoid the subject, and here I was dredging it up and twisting the metaphorical knife deeper into the wound. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring her up. Please, don't think about Trish that way. She's not at fault, I'm just a fucking idiot. Lucy, I just... forget that I have to walk on eggshells around certain topics. Lucy puffs her cheek and jabs me in the ribs. Ow! Lucy crosses her arms and lets out a single scoff. Like I have to be careful when I catch you muttering, watching the newest season of Underage Panty Shot Quest and having war flashback fits through the night. Oh no, what's wrong? Please stop crying because you remember the projector incident. War flashbacks? I won't go to war for at least a month after I pass boot camp. Assuming I pass it, that is. Lucy raises an eyebrow. Rock bottom war Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? I moved on, okay? Just like how you moved on from that... God. Non-binary, liberal, Trish militantism, alright? Who says I did? Lucy unfolds her arms and puts her head on her hands. I didn't work out as a tough person. I didn't work out as a big musician. And I sure as hell didn't work out as a good girlfriend. Look at us. This whole thing with making everyone's lives around me hell, testing the waters with identifying my gender, it was a complete disaster. You can't really compare the damage I did to myself to you jerking off to cartoons, okay? Lucy's eyes widen in horror as she facepalms and falls back on the bed. Fuck. I might have said too much. I already ruined our last day together with stories when I was just a shit person. Her eyes start to shimmer. Hey, it's fun to compare. I still like you, so I guess girls have it easier. Lucy picks herself up and gives me a narrow-eyed stare. You just fucked up. You just like me? Her eyes droop, and so do her shoulders. I'm not certain if she's serious. But suddenly she tosses herself into my arms. She puts her whole weight into her brace, almost like she wants to tackle me. I try to hold us both upright, but the awkward angle and the unevenness of the bed eventually cause us to both fall back into it. The world really disappears when we're like this, something I'm infinitely glad for. Anon, do you like me better the way I was before, or do you like me better for who I am now? I say my next words without hesitation. You're much better now. Not cutting weeds into my eyes and kicking me in the face. Although, I guess you miss your old life. I must feel like a killjoy in comparison. Lucy slides her head over my shoulders and wraps her arms up from underneath me. I don't care about that. This is so much better. I don't like being forced to care about something I'm usually indifferent towards or paying attention to what someone thinks is more important than what I'm already thinking about. I just want to figure it out on my own, you know? If you're talking about me wanting to marathon Lucky Star, then fine, I'll stop. Lucy pulls away from her brace just enough for me to see the red of her cheeks and tears streaking from her eyes. You fucking dork. I let out a small chuckle as I wipe away some of her tears. I just like seeing you ramble. You'll find stuff that interests you. Just do you, Lucy. Our foreheads touch. She grabs my head with both her hands, all the while looking at me like I'm the most precious thing in her life. All I want to do is bring her closer to me. I want to keep picking apart her brain, become acquainted with every single corner of her mind, and still realize there's always something more to her. I love you, Lucy, so very, very much. And I love you so very, very much. Nacer somehow manages to defy our expectations by being late for once, but that's good, as it gives Lucy and I a chance to spend the next 10 minutes gathering the last of my belongings and trashing what I couldn't take. With the apartment cleaned and cleared, I leave the keys on the kitchen counter, sparing one last look at the place I called home for the last few months. As much as it sucked, the tiny excuse of a flat has been my sanctuary. Now that I was leaving it, a part of me felt like I was losing a friend. I try not to think about it too much as Lucy and I make our way outside. Nacer isn't here yet, so we end up standing by the apartment lobby with nothing but our thoughts. A part of me thanked Nacer for his lateness. It gave Lucy and I some more time together. She's the first to speak up and break the silence between us. What am I going to do when you're gone? Her words still surprise me, but I'm ready with an answer this time. You'll make it, Lucy. You're the only smart person I know. She gives me a deadpan look. I'm being serious here, Anon. So am I. You're capable of so much. Lucy bashfully turns her head away, appreciating the compliment. Thanks. What about you? You barely survived the stairs. I can't help but roll my eyes at her words. Thanks for having so much faith in me. Subconsciously, I let out a sigh. I know they have plenty of fun getting back to your own life, especially since there's no semester in the fall to hold you back. The mosh pits will not be as entertaining without you fumbling around awkwardly in them. I could do without them. You, on the other hand, seem eager to go back to that. What do you mean? Back to the mosh pits, meeting strange people, having fun, maybe going for that solo career I know you can achieve. A sobering thought races to the forefront of my mind. We might not see each other again. The possibility that I don't want to hold you back or make you waste your life waiting for me. Lucy got better, so I should too. But I will never forget you, Lucy. Never. Lucy stirs like she just got stabbed in the heart. Fuck. That hurts like hell. It's not like that at all. She struggles to find the words, her beautiful face marred by her warring emotions. Lucy, it's okay. I take her hand gently in mine, which seems to settle her thoughts at last. At last, Lucy lets out a soft sigh. When I laid on you all that bunch of bullshit, when I opened up to you on the roof, my baggage, you thought the worst of me, didn't you? All the questionable and weird shit I must have done back then that resulted in me. I thought I could be the better man and not judge you. That was still you, though, that I came to care for. It's all in the past, then. The painful tone in her voice makes my heart ache. Lucy, you're still you. She looks really conflicted on the inside, like she's been holding back something. Please, just know it doesn't matter now, alright? I hate what I did so much. I'm willing to pretend absolutely none of that happened. Her voice cuts out as she chews on her bottom lip. She's afraid her memories will be painful. But for me? That whole discovering myself quest that led me to talking and hanging around people like Trish. Her voice is a hiss, as if she's spitting venom with these words. The gender pronoun shit, no wonder high school sucked. No one would ever come near me and stick around to see what I want. I was so shitty to everyone that didn't get it. And the people that begged me to be like them, they didn't care about me either. She growls. Tears threaten to fall from her eyes. It was always a competition to see who had the worst baggage, and I always lost because I never had it that bad. And I insisted so much on this thing. Lucy finally lets out a sob. Anon, I never wanted to dump all my baggage on you. It wasn't right. It's... I draw her closer, my hand rubbing the space between her wings soothingly. Lucy, it's okay. You can let it all out. Lucy buries her face in my shirt and takes a deep breath. That thing I used to be, I never realized. It was so humiliating. Nasir might have known, and he suffered so much because of it. I think my parents also knew too, and I made them suffer so much for no real reason. Fuck. I was so blind to what I was doing to everyone around me for so long, and I think I was so convinced that being that thing would make me happy, but it was never meant to be. I really was just an ungrateful bitch. Lucy's hand squeezes mine as tight as she could muster, causing some discomfort. At last she leans her head back, offering me a watery smile. I accept it though. She needs this. I look deeply into Lucy's citrine eyes, returning my most comforting smile back. Before I could do anything else with my girlfriend, I hear the sound of tires screeching and the roar of an engine. A familiar gray-toned car pulls up right next to us, stopping so abruptly. That leaves a set of skid marks. Lucy reaches into her pocket and pulls out a $10 bill. I motion for her to keep it. Something told me that where I was going, I wouldn't be needing money. As soon as the car comes to a complete stop, its driver disembarks, all the while munching on the remains of a delectable-looking hot dog. Sorry I'm late, guys. I decided to stop by Tracy's hot dog cart to get something to eat, but she took a little longer than usual. Nasir chomps on the last of his meal and licks his fingers clean with a satisfied smile. Anyway, you two ready to go, or do you guys need a few more minutes? I look at the time on my phone. Much as I wanted time to stand still, the bus departing the boot camp would be leaving in less than an hour. I give Fang one last look, and she in turn looks at me. We both know what needs to happen next. It doesn't make it any less painful. Without another word, Lucy and I get in the back of the Nace car. Nasir, without a moment of hesitation, floors the gas pedal and she flies off down Skin Road's small streets. A part of me bids my old neighborhood, shitty as it was, a final farewell. The drive towards the pickup spot is quiet. Not one of the three of us wants to say a word. 15 minutes of silent driving and we arrive at my designated pickup location. The three of us get out of the Nace car and stand around the bus stop waiting for the inevitable. Lucy mentioned needing to do something, heading into the office. The silence between Nasir and I is deafening. He suddenly clears his throat. Listen, Anand. Yeah? You're gonna be gone for a while. Yeah. So, rifleman or infantry or whatever it's called? Huh? What are they gonna make you do? Something like digging dishes? Not to come off as rude or anything. I sigh and I shake my head. At least he was starting to catch the poor words now. I mean, yeah, I'll be doing that too, but they had me take an ASVAB test. They want me to do some more mechanical stuff. I think the code thing was 12K, 19K. They were pushing me into being a tank guy. Can you even drive, dude? Anyway, I decided something more up my alley. It's kind of like shitposting, but more official, I think. What's shitposting? Never mind. The number thing is 46R. Nasir nods his head and looks off. Before the silence could set up again, Nasir speaks up, his voice carrying a tone of relief. I've been meaning to say this for a while. Thanks, Anon. I mean it. I don't know what I was doing for a while. If you didn't take the hit and get us together at Moe's, I'd still be feeling sorry for myself like some loser. Honestly, I'd still be that scared little kid, stressing out being something I didn't need to be. I didn't do much at all. It was Moe and Rosa, really. It was you and Lucy that patched things up, and I'm glad you guys made amends. Nasir gives me a surprised look, but he smiles and nods. We hear the unmistakable roar of a city bus overpowering the other cars as it turns onto the street. It's still a few lights away, though, so Nasir gets back on the driver's seat to leave Lucy and I alone. Lucy had come back at some point. I was kind of happy she kept quiet to give me and Nasar a moment. All this time we avoided saying goodbye to each other, but eventually it has to happen. Lucy. Anon. A horrifying, tugging pain hits me in the chest. You'll be fine while I'm gone, right? Yeah. I seriously have no idea what's going to happen to her. I reprehend any thought that something bad might happen to her. But still, can you promise me that if I do see you again, that you'll be a better person? Us both. Better persons. Okay, I'll be a better person. But you have to promise me something too. That you'll come back. I mutter. Okay. She mutters. Okay, good. It's settled then. We hugged once again, but she put some serious muscle into it. I reciprocate. I want to feel the imprint of this embrace for hours. Her heart's racing. Stronger. The bus driver grows impatient and starts honking. The time has come. Sure enough, I was still feeling Lucy's hug after we separated. Nasir rolls down the window of the car. Good luck, man. Same, man. I gripped his hand. He squeezes my hand in return, and then recoiled. My grip was stronger than he was anticipating. I got inside and waved back at them. I gave the driver my regards and laid back, looking at my feet. I must have thought about a lot of things then, like what if I just jumped out the window and ran to her? Or if I would die and never see her again, like in that Green Snoot music video. I looked back to see if I could still get a glimpse of her. My eyes frantically searched the small figures, and there she was. I caught her in mid-motion, crying on Nace's shoulders. And then the bus rounds a corner, and they're gone. Vanished from each other's lives. I was dropped at a hotel with the other dudes. A surprisingly diverse crowd of humans and dinosaurs conversed. We waited there for another bus that took us to an airport. I think I might have slept as soon as I sat in the airport seat because I don't remember the takeoff or the drill. I was fortunate enough to get a seat by the window. I flipped it up and saw a desert with a 2-lane road cutting through. I don't even know where I am now, only that I'm nowhere near Lucy. God, I hope I see her again. 3 years later. Volcano Bluffs, new duty station, recruiting teens to suffer just like I did. Good times, good times. With my rucksack on my back and a cheap rolling case at my side, I make my way down to my old stomping ground for some cheap living. 3 years. I wonder if Lucy still lives here. There's new buildings in the Galleria, not to mention it's gotten even more labyrinthine. The sun reflecting off the mirror-polished windows are baking me alive in my JDUs. Thinking back, I think there's a park nearby that has a decent vending machine. Mentally retracing my steps from my senior year, I managed to find the park. Looks like they're holding some kind of festival with all the booths set up and Toronto tykes running around. There's an unoccupied picnic bench miraculously, so I set my heavy bags carrying my entire life down and pop open my water bottle. Sitting here, I can't help but reminisce about the last time I was here. There's an awful lot I left behind here. Like my high school sweetheart. The dicks in my old platoon never did believe me. Then again, I never wanted to show that photo album her mom gifted me. Wrapped in Jesus, I miss her. I wonder if she remembers that promise. Anon? Huh? I look up to see a pterodactyl in a floral print dress running full tilt towards me. Anon, you remembered! What? I stand up and prepare to take her down. I am poorly prepared, however. She lunges at me, and before I think to grab my cheap-ass cabrara, her beak mashes roughly against my lips. What? I curse my instincts as my hands reflexively hold my amorous attacker by her hips. Wait. I pull back both for air and to figure out if this is who I think it is, not some well-dressed, sexually harassing lady. Lucy. You remembered our promise. Right. Yeah, the promise. That I'd come back and be with you. How could I forget? I finally have a chance to take Lucy in. Gone is the halter tops, torn jeans, and spiky horn band. In her place, a simple golden sundress and a large red ribbon tied around her head crest, looking for the world like a pair of red bunny ears. Her hands remain on my shoulders, and I can see that she's checking me out now. I'm proud to say I'm no longer a lanklet, especially without my uniforms. Blouses, rolled up sleeves feel like they're cutting off the blood flow to my hands. You've really changed since I last saw you, Anand. I'm so glad you're safe after all these years. I got so worried for you. What if something happened overseas? What if you got lost or hurt? What if you never returned at all? Hey, have more faith in me. I still got my limbs, right? I didn't get bruised too bad. Like, I remember that time I fell down the stairs? I'm pretty indestructible, yeah? Maybe I'll wait before showing her my scars. Whoa, you're pretty amazing. What have you been up to? Oh, I got my associates and that. Miss Lucy! Fang shrugs. And then this. A little T-Rex runs up to the table. Miss Lucy, Miss Lucy! Now, Vince, there's no need to yell this close. What's wrong? I was playing with Jared, and he said the earthquakes happens when Mommy gets out of bed. Tell him it's not true. Tell him that his mom is a secret daddy she doesn't tell anyone. Anon, okay. Oh no you don't. Jared, get over here. After clearing up the squabble, Lucy slumps over the picnic table again. Want me to get you a water bottle or something? No thanks, I had lemonade earlier. The fair is an annual town hunting celebration. This year the people in charge had extra funding, so today they're letting the local schools have a field trip here free of charge. Need another chaperone? I'd love to, but parents get really upset about this sort of thing. You have to be qualified and certified to look after these guys. I need a child my voices, yeah. Pray your bunkers, yeah. I chuckle aloud at my own silly accent. Lucy's giggles echo my mirth. Lucy's giggles slowly melt away, and a trickling tear leaves from her eyes. You're really back. Her arms wrap around me tightly, as if afraid I'll disappear at any moment. My hand rubs comforting circles around her back, soothing her. Yeah, I'm back, Lucy. I'm surprised you waited for me here. Of course, that promise means the world to me, Anand. We stay embraced in the hot sun for just a moment longer before I let go again. Lucy's gaze lingers on the children, her eyebrows knit together in contemplation. Look at them, Anand. Thang points towards the kids screaming and falling over each other. We were all like this at one point. Stupid? Yeah, no, I mean careless, innocent. Suppose we were. She lets out a sigh. One day they're gonna start thinking and doing all the wrong things we thought and did when we were teenagers. I wish I could stop it from happening. They're perfect, just like this. Kids can be mean to each other, but not cruel. The world makes them cruel. Until then, they're free. We gotta protect their freedom, save them from our mistakes. That's quite a statement to hear from her. You've changed. I think now would be a good time for a segue. I'm glad to see you're doing good. How's everyone else? Everyone else? You know, Nacer, Trish, Nami, Reed, all those guys. Oh, Nacer went to medical school. She closes her eyes as though trying to recall a lost memory. I haven't seen Nami, though. And the others? Haven't seen them much since, either. But you're here now. And now that you're back, I'm never letting you go again. I'm not going anywhere, sweet tooth. Lucy rolls her eyes. You know, if you had said that back then, I'd have hit you. Yeah, and I've just done it again because you're cute when you're annoyed. I guess we both changed since then. Yeah, kinda so. I mean, when I first enrolled, I had every intention of just laying low and not sticking out. I didn't care about making friends as long as it suited that goal. As long as I didn't get bullied anymore, I was glad to just blend in. Well, I guess that plan fell apart. It did, yeah. I kind of blame you for that development. I made you care about people. You did. A few kids chase each other around the table. You get any break time today? I'd love to check out the town, see what else is different. I'd love to. I'll go ask. I might get a couple minutes to step away. Yeah, we can go and check out Volcano High again, for old time's sake. She freezes for a second. I'd rather not Volcano High. Too many bad memories. Lucy ended up getting the rest of the day off from her supervisors. I was surprised at how understanding they were once they saw me. She said I deserve it after a hard day's work. You do look exhausted dealing with those ankle biters. Not at all. Truth be told, Anon, I love doing what I do. Catching up with Lucy was the happiest I felt in years. The memories came rushing back as we walked under the hot sun. So you don't know how at all how Reed and Trish are doing? Oh, when was the last time I spoke with them? I hope Trish is alright. The two of you were friends for the longest time. I guess I didn't feel the need to see them again. Looking back, they were terrible influences. I guess so. And Stella and Rosa? Haven't seen them either. It seems weird considering Rosa was so much help to us. Don't get me wrong, and I love what Rosa did for me, Nacer, and you, but I guess I just didn't need to see her anymore. Didn't want to see anyone else for that matter. You must have had friends back in the army, back at rock bottom, or even before that, right? They're gone from your life too. There's nothing wrong with that. Haven't you looked for them? I don't want to. The scenery here seems familiar. Oh, this is my old path to school. Maybe I will get to see it after all. Let's turn away to Moe's or somewhere. I want to see the school again, though. No, went on. Seems like we just repeat each other. I get upset over nothing and I apologize. Sorry, I just don't want to remember Volcano High. I did too much dumb stuff there, you know? I just want to forget all that happened. Moe's is fine too. I do want to see how that fossil is doing. Actually, Mo retired. He sold his franchise. Oh, we can still go check it out. Oh, God bless him. It took a while to get there, and getting to be nearly 5 when we arrived at Moe's. We ordered our usual and picked the table. I can see the old piano in my peripheral vision. I've been asking so much about what you're doing now, but what happened when I was away? I remembered your promise. I tried improving myself. I really tried. But things kept getting difficult. For a while, I gave up. There were times I'd cry. I would think back to when you were here and miss you so much. I don't want to worry you with all the details of what I did during that time, but I guess I realized something. All this time I was a huge dick to my family. I idealized things too much and lashed out on them for not being on the same page as I was. I wanted to be a rock star, so I wanted to behave a certain way I think would fit for that lifestyle. I was being unfair and unrealistic towards them. I wanted them to hate me, and somehow that was going to further my career. It looked like it worked for a lot of famous people. I didn't want to make my family sad anymore, so I just did what I always should have done, learned to love them, to thank them for all they did for me. So you kept playing? I'd love to see what you composed over the years. I'm sure it's great. No, I just gave that up. What, really? It was such a huge part of you. I didn't need it anymore. Plus, it reminded me so much of Trish. I put away the instruments somewhere, and I never played anything ever again. What have you been doing all these years? Dad needed help with the charity event. He bought food, and he needed me to help him carry it around since Nacer was away in college. I thought it was just going to be a boring evening with a bunch of brats, but I saw something. I saw the children. They ran around me. They offered me toys to play with. I joined them. I lifted them from the ground. Some clung to my legs as I moved about. No one ever played with me like that. No one ever approached me like that. It was so pure. So innocent. Should have shown them a picture of you in your high school clothes. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with the children so much. I asked around in my church, and eventually I got a gig dealing with preschoolers. She looks so happy right now. I feel like it would ruin the mood to bring up Trish, Reed, and the others again. You know, part of me expected you to forget about the whole promise. That I'd come back and some lucky dino guy had already swept you off your feet. She just smiles and gives a small laugh. The amount of guys I've had to tell that my boyfriend was deployed and coming home soon. She began stroking my hand on the table. Anon, I'd never forget about you, or our promise. Part of me is glad she's saying this to me, but I still have too many questions. It's weird, because I know she's happy. She looks happy in her work, and she's glad I'm here. But something deflates the moment, and I don't know what it is. I look towards the decorative piano Mo always had in the corner. Look, Fang, the piano. What about it? You think they'd let us play it? I don't know, it's probably out of tune. It might be worth a shot, though. Come on. But you can't play. Then you play. As we sit by the piano, I think she understands why I'm teasing her like that. I open the lid and the keys look rather pristine. Anon, Her fingers lightly roll across the keys. She retracts herself. I haven't played in a long time. I don't know if I can still do it. I bet you still remember how to do it. She positions her hands just above the keys. I haven't done this in years. I don't even know which song to play. I want to see you play, that's all. I want to hear you after all this time away. All right. She gave out a sigh, but then, what to play? Her eyes seemed to glimmer for a moment. I know. Remember this? It was our song, remember? We made it together. Ha, still got it. I always thought of this melody when I thought about you. I guess I never forgot how to do it. I thought I would be rusty with the piano. You play beautifully. Thank you. I sit closer to Lucy. She rests her head on my shoulder. Her hands are still resting on the keys, eager to play again. You shouldn't have abandoned music. We talked about what we would do now, especially since it was getting dark outside and the street lights are coming on. We walked our way back to where we started, near the park. Alright, hold that thought. I'm going to go back to the bathroom one more time. Alright, where were we? I don't know, Anon, it's just so weird. Music teacher? I don't know, Fang, it could be cool if you tried. Fang is shivering, the colder air is settling in. Here, this will get you warmer. I draw Lucy close to my chest. She snuggles up to me. Thank you. She's precious. Being taller now, I guess the animal part of my brain is telling me to protect my smaller and more fragile mate. Little by little, I'll get you back to music, your friends. I'm sure it'll work out fine towards the end. Lucy stirs. She doesn't like the idea. Anon, please don't ask me to do that. I'm not ready. How are you not ready? I lied, Anon, okay? I lied. I disappointed you. I promised you I would get better, but you're clearly not happy with how it turned out. Nonsense. You have no idea how proud I am of you. I'm still broken, Anon. I've even started praying again because I had no one. But remembering I promised you and Nacer I wouldn't do it anymore hurt even more so. But that was years ago. I swear, I tried getting better. Please forgive me. I'm the one sighing this time. You wanted me to live my own life, be this great person you wanted me to be, yet I'm here doing menial church tasks and dealing with children. I got no friends, no new songs, nothing going on for me. I know I needed to be a famous musician to make you happy. I know I needed to have forgiven Trish and the others, but it just didn't work out. I couldn't do it. I'm lonely, Anon. You're all that's left for me. You didn't need to be all that to be happy. I still think you're the best. Forget it, Lucy. What's done is done. We're here. That's all that matters. I embrace her. I could tell she was getting tense, but slowly she relaxes in my arms. When I said we were being together was all that mattered, she hugged me back. I'm here, and I still can't believe it. She's shaking with excitement in my arms now. I already am thinking on all kinds of things we could do. Fuck, just knowing that I won't see you until tomorrow already hurts me. I can take you to see Mom and Dad right now. They would get a kick out of seeing you like this. Not right now. That would be too much for them to take in. And I have to unpack too. I got a little room in a motel for now. Would you like some help? I thought to deny her, but Lucy's eyes are pleading with me to say yes. I got quite a bit. Are you sure, Lucy? All the more reason for me to help. Alright then. My motel isn't too far from here. I wasn't kidding when I said I had a lot to unpack. Between all the luggage I had brought back with me and the heavier memories of my time spent in the arid deserts, I saw and felt a different side to Lucy I partially forgotten. Her tender hands rubbed soothingly along the scars now littered around my chest. We stayed till the warm morning glow of dawn lit up the messy hotel room. Clothes, paperwork, and useless knickknacks I'd collected were scattered everywhere in organized chaos, and yet I never felt more rest and at peace with the world than with Lucy. Cuddled up next to me, a peace shadowed by my stomach demanding sustenance loudly. How about we get some breakfast? My treat. Breakfast date sounds nice. Say, how about we invite my family? I'm sure Mom would love to see you again. Probably would too. However, I'd rather spend it with just you, Lucy. I grinned as I watched Lucy's face turn beet red. You were never this smooth a talker, and on. Fine, but I definitely want them to see you. Tomorrow then? Tomorrow. I'll tell them first. Get them hyped to see you. That'd be great. So, tomorrow then? Tomorrow, yes. We made our way towards her car door. Before getting in, she once again embraces me. This time a little stronger. It's okay, Lucy. I was so lonely and on. You don't need to be alone, you know. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. I missed you too, Lucy. Though I miss the old Fang, I'm elated. I love you, Lucy. Alright. 3 of 4. Well, that's what I get for following my heart then. Third ending. Not bad at all. God, I have a lot of thoughts on this whole visual novel. I'm not really sure if I can really articulate it in like the neat sequence of credits before all this goes on. What I will say is that like this was my first playthrough is definitely the product of a follow my heart run. Going forward, I am going to follow more scripted paths, but all that being said, I do feel like this was a far stronger and more unique and more heartfelt experience than I ever would have anticipated going into it, even despite like all the testimony to the contrary. This was not a parody of a visual novel so much as a love letter to it, and I think that that's something that people should like consider going into it, because if they're really attached to the characters and the story going forward, then like barring an occasional misstep or two, this is a pretty awesome like experience. uh That's amazing. Good for them. Well, god damn it, I guess I'm gonna have to unlock those bonus chapters then, huh? uh, God damn it. I'm gonna have to do all of this, huh? Alright, well, going forward, I'm going to skip over like areas that I've played, and I'm gonna cut through. I want to get footage of all 4 endings. I think that ending 3 was pretty fucking great, but I'm trying to engage with this work on a critical level, and that means getting through all of it. I think I've put in all of my hours for today, but we've done ending 3 so far, and we're gonna get through, everything else in the days going forward. But I think I can say for sure that like going forward, I have very little, or at least based on everything that I know from this whole playthrough of the game, I think I would say for sure that I have very little negative things to say about the game, at least so far. It attacks some subjects maybe a little bit clumsily, but I like this game a lot, and I can, and I know like the spirit with which it was written, and I love it. It couldn't have gone any other way. I don't think. It was very good. I should, in subsequent playthroughs, I really want to like memorize the people that like wrote the scripts and shit, and like that one guy who critiqued the first script, because like this was a whole ass product and it wouldn't have been complete without so much collaboration. So yeah, like Snoot Game is damn fucking good. And now that we know where I would have gone with it, I would really love to see, you know, where else it could go from here. So today is day 4. On day 5, I think that the ending we got was pretty good, but on day 5 we're gonna like plumb the depths of some bad endings. So might be a bit of a preemptive content warning for whatever happens there, but I know there's a good ending somewhere in the cracks, and we're gonna find it together. So stay tuned for that, okay? I'll see you guys next time.